Welcome back to Rehearsing for Eternity. My name is Elijah. I'm a worship leader and songwriter, and we're here in the middle of a 5-day series where each day I will be reacting to one of the new songs from CityAlight's new EP, Hear the Hallelujahs Roar. We've already done two of them. Obviously, the name song, the title song of the EP, Hear the Hallelujahs Roar, is the first one. The second one, My Labor is Not in Vain. You can go back and watch those videos. Both songs I really loved, had some really sweet truths to them. But we haven't yet heard, in my opinion, a super musically strong song from CityAlight in this EP yet. We have 3 songs left for them to do it. And to be clear, I don't think either the first two were like bad musically. I just think that CityAlight has had some strong musically that they just have not been able to repeat so far in this EP. But obviously these are just first impressions, my first take on these songs. I'm sure as I listen to them more, that will change. I'll probably have totally different opinions in about a year. But so far, still looking for that musical gem. And it might be this one, We Too Have Overcome. So we're going to give it a listen and see what our thoughts are, both musically and lyrically. Okay, little upbeat here. Sounds like a simple 1/4 chord progression. Pretty normal for them. Great first verse. Really upbeat song. This comes from John 14. Okay, repeating the word rely there in both verses. It's good. First 2 verses immediately, already can tell I'm loving this song. This one's a good one. It's upbeat. I'm going to turn over to John 14. This is the verse I'm going to close this reaction video with. Is it John 14? Sorry, John 16, verse 33. I've said these things to you that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have tribulation. But take heart, I have overcome the world. What a sweet truth from the Lord. I love that they're singing about it here in the song. On the cross, he stormed the prison. By his death, he broke the bond. The chain breaker, yep. He freed his children from the dark. Yes, he did. And he bound the great deceiver. And he wow, contrast from that was crazy. They go straight from binding the great deceiver, talking about Satan, to him leading us in his love. Like, that is such a stark contrast, but it's so true, right? That the same Christ who is so tender-hearted, who is so gentle and lowly and meek, and who offers that rest to us, he is the one who crushed Satan's head and will defeat him forevermore one day. Satan will be cast into the fiery hell forever. He bound the great deceiver and he leads me in his love. I don't know why. I find that contrast just so funny. But it is so true that in Christ, we too can overcome. So very strong chorus, very strong song so far. Rely here? Yes. Okay. I like that pattern. Just reliance on the Lord, right?
He promises a future where joy will never cease, and there I know a home awaits for me. Well, that's how we sing. On the cross he stole.
I always love how this guy beats it.
By his death he broke the bars. When he rose he freed his children from the dark.
Alright, it's pretty common chord progression there musically. I don't know, I love that these lines are in the chorus.
In his love, praise God in Christ we too have overcome. He is risen and he
The bridge.
it is finished, it is done. So take heart, he has overcome. Yes, the victory we need is the victory he won. So take heart, he is overcome. Yes, he has. In Christ we have
There you go. There's the connection. So this song's really playing on that idea that Christ's victories are our victories, that we share in his joy, in his reward, and on this earth we share in his victory. It's victory over multiple different things, but I think one thing that they emphasized in verse 2 that I really want to talk about here is that Christ triumphed over sin. You think about in the power of the Spirit in Christ and his perfection, right? And his divinity, he never sinned. He lived as a man facing all the temptations that we face here on this earth. He faced them to the nth degree. A really helpful illustration I heard once is that if I were to take a plastic water bottle and run a truck over it, the water bottle would get crushed, right? Actually, if I ran a bike over it, this plastic water bottle would get crushed. If I had a metal water bottle, right, a hydro flask, right, a bike might bump over it, it wouldn't crush it. But if I ran a car over it, it might affect it a little bit more. How big of a vehicle could I run over a hydro flask with and have it retain its shape? I'm not sure, but I'm sure that by the time we got to a big rig, that would crush the hydro flask. Now imagine Christ is an infinitely strong water bottle. Silly analogy, so bear with me. That would mean that he would be able to bear the weight of a tank, of a skyscraper, of the entire universe. He is infinitely strong. He can bear that entire weight and still would not crack. That's how it was with temptation. We're like plastic water bottles. We can crack so easily. But Christ, in his righteousness, in his perfection, was that infinitely strong water bottle. You could put all of the weight of temptation to sin on him, and he would never, ever crack. And 2 Corinthians 5 says that he became sin so that we might become his righteousness. What it's telling us is that we have received that infinitely strong water bottle material in Christ. And so just as he overcame sin, just as he lived a perfect life, denied every temptation, we too, through the Spirit and through his gift of grace to us, have the ability to say no. We too can overcome through Christ. Super encouraging truth. I love that this song gets at that, especially there in that second verse. So let's get out of this bridge, and I think they're just going to go into the chorus now. Only about a minute and a half left.
On the cross he stole. You sing. By his death he broke the laws. When he rose he freed his children from the dark. Yes, he did. And he bound the great deceiver, and he leads me in his love. Praise God
In Christ, we too have overcome. Great line. Okay, back to the bridge. He has overcome. Yep. The victory we need is the victory he won. I think it's a really incredible idea there to consider, that there is no more work to be done. Everything we need has already been accomplished by Christ. It's a sweet truth. And yeah, just that talks about relying on him. We can rely on him because he already did it all. It's done. It's secured. Our salvation is secure in Christ. Love that idea here in the song. Okay, they end on the bridge here. Yeah. All right, this song, upbeat musically, super sweet lyrically. Oh, that was good. That was a good song. Yeah, ooh. Every song I listen to for the first time, it's going to come with the new song bias. I think that's the case with this one. Time will tell how much I like it later on, but right now I'm going to give it that solid 9 out of 10. A very good song. I think not necessarily their best work. I think it does lack a little bit of an oomph factor, but musically it was interesting. It was upbeat. It was fun. And lyrically, my goodness, what hope and what encouragement from this one. I said I would close with John 16, but I already read it. So I'm actually going to go to 1 John 5, verse 4. For everyone who has been born of God overcomes the world. And this is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith. Who is it that overcomes the world except the one who believes that Jesus is the Son of God? In our faith in him, we share in all the same victories. And so hopefully that's an encouragement to you as you fight your battles today in the strength of the Lord and in the grace that he provides. So thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe and tune in for the next 2 days where I will be releasing videos of my reactions to the last 2 new songs in this album. Also, next week, at some point, either next week or the week after, I will be releasing piano or guitar covers of each of these songs. So be sure to check those out, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.